صل على محمد لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. وعجل فرجه من غير حولك وقوتك لا بحول ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. استغفر
محمد وآل محمد صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد. درست هو؟ أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا وطبيب نفوسنا وحبيب قلوبنا أبي القاسم محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. لا سيما بقية الله روحي وأرواح العالمين لمقدمه الفداء. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam and Iman, Assalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. One quick masala shari I mentioned for those who are late joining the Jama'ah prayer. Imagine that the Imam is in the position of ruku in any of the raka'at and you just enter the masjid. By the time you get to the rows to join, maybe Imam stands from the ruku. There are two ways. One is that commonly people say, Ya Allah, inna Allah ma sabirin. And someone actually entered the masjid and the washroom was on the side. He kept saying, Ya Allah, inna Allah ma sabirin. He even didn't have wuzu. And he started making his wuzu and kept the Imam and all ma'mumin in the ruku. And he was comfortably making his wuzu and kept saying, Ya Allah. The poor Imam has many times as he repeats the zikr and this guy doesn't join. One of the ma'mumin, he lost it and he said that, and he said something on fasting I shouldn't mention anyway. The better option, jurisprudential option in these situations is that when you enter the masjid and you see that by the time that you reach the rows, Imam may have stood up from the ruku. As you enter the masjid, stay towards the Qibla, make the intention and say Allahu Akbar and go to the ruku. There is a gap, never mind. There is a particular hadith for this. Allahu Akbar, you go to the ruku. When the Imam stands from the ruku and you stand up from the ruku, there is usually enough time to reach the rows for the sajda. So this way, when you say Allahu Akbar, don't worry that there is a gap in between me and the rows of ma'mumin. In such situations, it is acceptable and there is absolutely no problem with that. This way, you don't need to hold all the ma'mumin, pour them some elderlies in the ruku, and also sometimes even you are not sure whether Imam has stood up from the ruku or not. So inshallah the mas'ala is clear. As soon as you enter the masjid, inside the masjid, and you see that the Imam is in the ruku, Allahu Akbar, go to the ruku. Imam stands up from the ruku, you stand up, and quickly you walk forward, because you are just walking forward, you are not turning the direction of the Qibla. Walk forward and sit somewhere that you are joining the rows, inshallah. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Imam naturally is going to the sajda. Yes. You mean that he finished the first sajda or his... You go to the sajda? You go to the sajda, of course. Yes, of course. Remember that you are doing your namaz following the imam exactly as if you were in the rows. The only difference in this emergency situation is that when you are joining the namaz, there is a gap between you and ma'mumeen. That's fine. In that situation, that's fine. Given that you reach the imam in the sujood, not only imam, you reach imam and ma'mumeen in the sujood, and usually you have enough time to reach them in the sujood. Inshallah, it's clear. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I promise you something before this gap in between, that inshallah, to the best of my knowledge, I will share with you how we can improve the quality of our namaz. Remember that we mentioned that we are talking about two concepts. One is validity of namaz, another one is acceptance of namaz. The first one is called Sihhatul Salat. Sihhatul Salat, if you meet all the jurisprudential requirements, your salat will get the tick that the salat is valid. This person has prayed. On the judgment day, they say he is one of the musallin, he was praying. But that does not necessarily mean that my namaz is also accepted. There is a difference between being valid and being accepted. Because Quran says one of the conditions of acceptance of any worshipping act is that the person must be pious. إِنَّمَا يَتَقَبَّلُ اللَّهُ مِنَ الْمُتَّقِينَ. Allah will accept it only from the pious people. Now, if the salat is valid, alhamdulillah, it will save us from the hellfire. Someone had gone to coma, and when he was conscious and came back, he said he had what we call a near-death experience. If you have heard about this, near-death experience is the experience of people who almost died and almost have seen the barzakh and then are returned to this world. He says, in that world they told me that all your sins are forgiven except about the salat. There is no salat in your life. If you had prayed 2 rakat salat, we would accept it 2 rakat. And subhanAllah, this is very true. And this person who was saying this was a layman. But there is a hadith from the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. All your life, they just go through all our life, and they say that if we can find 2 rakat namaz that you have offered, you will be forgiven and you will not be, inshallah, be among the people of hell. 2 rakat namaz. The thing is that the 2 rakat namaz, which 2 rakat namaz? Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, be very mindful of your namaz, because I do not know of, and when Imam Ja'far Sadiq says, I do not know of, there is none. Imam says, I do not know of anything dearer to God, and it makes you closer to God after ma'rifah, after aqidah. There is nothing that is dearer to God and brings you closer to God than salat. Invest on the quality, quantity, on all etiquettes of salat as much as possible. If you are concerned about your eternal abode in paradise, and if you are concerned about, inshallah, having a high elevation in paradise, salat plays a big role. Again, I mentioned this, rahmatullah alayhi, in our time we had this example Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had shown us. The late Ayatollah Bahjat, you all have heard, you know about him. He was not conducting any classes of irfan, so to speak. He was not teaching any akhlaq classes, so to speak. And all what he was doing was praying. And he said that everything Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has gifted me, he gifted me through salat and because of my salat. Of course, this man was very much gifted. I heard this from his son, his middle son, Sheikh Ali, again, because his children are very close friends of mine. I have some personal memories from them, perhaps to share with you. Ayatollah Bahjat is around 13 years old. For studying, he goes to Najaf at his time. When he goes to Najaf, first he goes to Karbala, Imam Hussein and Karbala, he goes for the ziyarat and he's in Karbala. At that time, and he sees there are two Hosei mainly in Iraq. One is Karbala, another one Hosei Najaf. So he goes to Karbala. In the haram of Abul Fadl Abbas, he hears that at that time Marhum Mirzai Naini was the teacher of Ayatollah Khui. He was a marja at that time and he's leading the Jamaat prayer in the haram of Hazrat Abul Fazl Abbas. Ayatollah Bahjat still is under the age of puberty. He's only 13 years old. Back then boys were not like now that getting, so because he's nabaligh and he wants to stay in the first row of the Musallin, he goes right at the end so that there's no gap between him and somebody else, but wants to be in the first row to get the sawab of the first row. By the way, he stays in the rows of the Musallin. When Ayatollah Mirzai Naini says Allahu Akbar and starts the salat, he says, wow. He realizes this Imam Jama'at is not an ordinary Jama'at, it's not like me. After the namaz is over, he is looking for a teacher. Mind you that those pray behind Ayatollah Mirzai Naini, because he was a marja tabligh, many of those who were coming to pray behind him were mujtahids. Among them Ayatollah Khui, for example, many great scholars praying behind their teacher naturally. So he goes and he doesn't know these Maulanas, the scholars who are there. Randomly he goes to them and subhanallah, it repeated for me when I started. I mentioned this and I didn't have the experience of Ayatollah Bahjat about namaz, but looking for a teacher I had this experience. Anyway, Ayatollah Bahjat goes for example to this Maulana. Maulana, did you see where Mirzai Naini went in his prayer? He says, well, he didn't go anywhere. What are you talking about? Son, a young boy has not grown beard yet. No, he was here praying. No, he didn't get it. He goes to another Maulana. Maulana, did you see where Ayatollah Naini went in his prayer? What are you talking about? He didn't go anywhere, he was here. He happened to meet Ayatollah Allama Qazi Rahmatullah Alayhi, such a great man, and became later on his teacher. He goes to Ayatollah Qazi and doesn't know who he is. One Sayyid Maulana, Maulana, did you see where the Imam Jama'at go in his prayer? And Ayatollah Qazi looked at him, realized that this boy is not an ordinary boy. And then started, he said yes, and gave him a hint, and then realized that yes, this boy really has his eyes, his inner eyes open. The thing is that Mirzai Naini in his namaz, he's praying, his body is here, but his soul is in Mi'raj. And Ayatollah Bahjat at the age of 13 has seen it, has seen where the Imam Jama'at has gone and wants to check. He's looking for a Irfani teacher, not a teacher who knows about the textbooks and things like that. And Allama Qazi Rahmatullah is the one who has. Such people are gifted, brothers. One of my students, when I told them this, he said that, Sheikh, what did Ayatollah Bahjat had done at that age to have this? I said, these are Ayatullah. When we say Ayatollah Bahjat, really he was Ayatullah. In the real sense of it, he was Ayatollah. These are the signs that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala introduced to us. The reason that I share this with you is that Ayatollah Bahjat says that anything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had gifted me is because of the salat, because of my commitment to salat and the quality of the namaz. Let us invest on salat as much as possible. It's worth it. Now, to improve the quality of our namaz, and the main thing in the namaz that improves the quality is huzur qalb, presence of heart. The main challenge that all of us have, I don't say almost, because I think you, with all respect, share with me as well, that when we say Allahu Akbar, all the word we have comes to mind until we finish the Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam says that, do you want to know what part of your namaz will be accepted, not valid? Now you are familiar with these terminologies. Which part of your namaz will be accepted? The part that your heart is present with God. Any part of namaz that your heart is with you and present, you know what you are doing, that part ticket and accepted. And therefore someone out of the namaz, only one ruku is accepted. Only and sorry to have your heart is Allahu Akbar, Takbiratul Ihram, otherwise I cannot make intention. So Allahu Akbar is obligatory to have your heart present. And usually we are mindful that I want to do 4 rakat namaz al-Zuhr, for example. But unfortunately, as soon as I say Allah Akbar, normally because we know the namaz off by heart, lips are talking, but mind is somewhere else. Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq says, every time you notice that you are absent-minded, grab your attention, come back again, come back again. Someone was saying that in my namaz I'm fighting myself. Keep breathing it, come back, come back, come back. Is there any solution for this that we can have our heart with us during the namaz? Or is there any rectification for this? There is a solution and there is a rectification for that. A simple way to start with, but the main one I keep it for tomorrow inshallah deliberately, because I want to have entice your appetite for it. The simple solution is that when you say Allahu Akbar and you are reading your namaz or listening to the Imam, be mindful of the translation of namaz. You all know the translation of the namaz. When you are saying Sami'allahu liman hamida, understand the meaning of Sami'allahu liman hamida, because naturally if we understand what we are saying, we will be more mindful of what we are saying. So the first lesson for now, easy lesson until I give you the actual lesson tomorrow inshallah, is that if you don't know the translation of namaz, make sure you learn the translation of the full namaz. As you have memorized the text of Arabic text of namaz, memorize the translation of namaz as well. And as you are saying it or in Jamaat prayer, you hear the Imam, remind yourself of the translation. This is very useful to start with. But there is more inshallah for tomorrow with salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. It's not advertising, but you don't want to miss tomorrow's talk, huh? No, still is there. اللهم أنت السلام ومنك السلام وإليك يعود السلام. السلام عليك يا رسول الله، السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين، السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء، السلام عليكما يا صبتي نبي الرحمة وسيدي شباب أهل الجنة. السلام على الأئمة المسلمين علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي العسكري. السلام عليك يا صاحب الزمان، السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن، عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله مخرجك وظهورك ورحمة الله وبركاته.